Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I am going to be talking about curriculum I will never buy again. Alright, so in today's video, I'm going to be sharing some curriculum that I will never buy again for my homeschool. This video is part of a collab with a bunch of other homeschool moms, and this collab is hosted by Shauna from Homegrown Homeschool and Devine from Calm the Chaos. I have done tons of collabs with these ladies, and their channels are just amazing. I'm going to link both Shauna and Devine's channels down below, as well as the link for the entire playlist, so you can see what all of us homeschool moms say is curriculum we would never buy again. So I saw this collab come up and I thought it was pretty funny because my very first YouTube video was titled Curriculum I Would Never Buy Again, and it was one of my most viewed videos. At that point in time, I had just taken my kids out of public school. I think I was even still trying to use some of the workbooks or curriculum they had from public school, and it didn't work out. And so if you're interested in watching that video, again, I had a different camera set up. It was a long time ago. I will link that down below. So anyway, I learned a lot as I filmed that video and throughout learning as a new homeschool mom. And so when I first saw this video come up, I'm like, well, I don't really buy curriculum anymore that I don't like. So it kind of took me a while to figure it out, but there are two curriculums that I'm going to share that I would never buy again, and it's probably I don't think they're very popular curriculums, and so by me saying I'm not going to buy them doesn't mean they're bad. It's just they're not going to work for us, and I'll explain why. So the first one is in this. I have a preschooler, and because I didn't homeschool my older daughters from preschool, I didn't really have, experience. What does a preschooler need to do? And so I went on like the homeschool curriculum sale sites, and I bought a bunch of different preschool used curriculum because, first of all, preschoolers, I take it very lightly. We do a little bit of schoolwork. We do practice cutting, pasting, ABCs, but it's really hard to get a 3-year-old on a routine. So I didn't want to spend a ton of money, but I just kind of wanted to see what was out there, as well as, okay, well then what's the next step for like pre-K, kindergarten, and all of that. So I bought a bunch of used preschool curriculum. And one of the curriculums I got was Becca's K4, which I don't think they have like a 2s and 3s curriculum, which I guess is more preschooler, and then this is, I guess, like their pre-K, because then they have a K5. I don't know. It was hard for me to figure out, to be honest. So I got this used, and it was fine used. Everything is in great condition. So this is like the curriculum and lesson teacher guide plan. It's pretty thick. And then I got these number flashcards, so just big flashcards with numbers and being able to count things on them. This is the manuscript writing lesson plan, so you would need this student book, which that's what I didn't get. I didn't actually get the student workbooks because that is what this family used, and so I would have to purchase those, which was fine. This is what threw me off at first because I was like, manuscript? Well, of course they're learning manuscript. They're 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds. They have a cursive version for 4-year-olds or preschoolers, whatever this is supposed to go with. I did research it a little bit, and I guess there is a whole thing on using cursive that young. It blew my mind, and it's just not something that I would be comfortable teaching, and I just think you should learn manuscript first, but that's my opinion. And so either way, they do have both options. So who I bought this from did have the manuscript option. And then it came with this learning games and all of the different, they're like little postcards, like their faces, or like just like little different scenes. And then they come with like little cutouts and stuff. So a lot of like hands-on activities, it seems. Yeah, oh sorry, here's the phonics game and cards. you know, all these little things. So what's funny is I actually started when I first went to college. I went for early education and then teaching elementary school. That's not what I ended up getting my degree in, but I took enough of those classes that when I started looking at all this stuff, I'm like, well, that actually looks like school district curriculum. And then that kind of made sense because Abeka is very popular in the Christian private school districts. They actually use Abeka curriculum. So I'm not saying it's bad, but for me, for a 4-year-old, 5-year-old age, 3 to 5, it seems like a lot. And the way it's written seems like a teacher, like someone who doesn't know your child and has a classroom full of kids that needs things to follow. And so it's very step by step. This manual is huge. And it overwhelmed me. I'm not gonna lie. It definitely overwhelmed me. And I mean, I'm looking at like 4th grade curriculum for my oldest daughter, and that doesn't overwhelm me as much as this does. So it's definitely a lot. And there's like 20 workbooks you need. Like, this is another teacher manual, and I think there's another one that I didn't get. And then there's all these different workbooks your kids need. It was just a lot. We did get these little books. There's like a whole bunch of little paper books, like book 1, a whole bunch of them, early reader books. And so I do like these. I think they're cute, but they're paper. And so like my kid would tear these to shreds the second he gets his hand on them. And so this is like letters. Little book 1, letters I, O, A, U. So the vowels, I guess. I don't know. I didn't give it a chance, to be honest, because I just got too overwhelmed looking at all of it. Some of the stuff I did like I like these little books for readers, but the actual curriculum itself, I can't push myself to buy the workbooks that need to go with this because I know I won't use it. I will not do this for my preschooler, pre-K, kindergartner. Abeka is just not for us. So that is the first curriculum that I would never buy again or buy more of. It just doesn't work in our home. All right, the next curriculum that I would never buy, not really again because I only got through the trial, was teaching textbooks. I have heard so many homeschool moms talk about how easy it is and how great it is, and I'm like, well, let's try it. Especially as my 4th grader keeps getting older and older with math, I have that fear, like, I'm not a mathematician. I took college math classes that I almost made me drop out a couple times, so I'm just not math savvy. And so when I hear something that it does all the teaching, it does all the grading, I was really intrigued. And so I did a trial for my 4th grader when she was in 3rd grade still, and I did a trial for my 2nd grader now when she was still in 1st grade. Which teaching textbooks they start at something called level 3, which I've heard is equivalent to 3rd grade, but my daughter who was wrapping up her 1st grade year started on level 3 and she was fine. So just throwing that out there. And she's not like super advanced in math. She's on grade level for math. The infrastructure's fine. I get it. It does the lessons. It's very outdated to me. I work on software all day and I see different software all the time for kids that they're coming out with. And this one just seems really outdated. Just like how the buttons are and stuff. The voice that teaches the lesson isn't super, I don't know, engaging. And my opinion, it's very basic and it's way below grade level. And so from the curriculum I use, and so like I use Good and the Beautiful, I don't think it compares level wise to Good and the Beautiful. And I don't honestly think it just compares overall enough of math. I think it touches every topic, but it doesn't go deep enough for them to really develop a good understanding of it. Plus, it's all on the computer. There's no paperwork. And yes, obviously your kids can use paper to complete the math problem, but it's just not set up to where they should be using paper to do the math problem. And I think when kids are first learning math, or like multiplication, or large addition numbers, they need paper. They need to show their work. I'm not a fan of like show all your work all the time for the rest of your math life. But when you're learning, you need to learn to carry. You need to learn to, borrow, all those things. Yeah, it worked fine. I love the thought of it. I love that it grades it for you, tracks everything, but it is just, I think my kids would be behind. And that's, my opinion. Again, if you use it, like I said, there's so many homeschool moms that love it, and that's awesome that it works for you. It just doesn't work for our home. So that was one that I was really shocked with because of how many great things, but it just would not work for us, and that's something that I will not bring back into our homeschool. So those are my two that are very popular curriculums that I would never buy again, Abeka and teaching textbooks. Just my opinions. I'm sure there's really great things from these curriculums, and I'm sure there's been some families that have done nothing but have success using these. That's not me, so you will not see those on my channel. That's all I have. I really try now to really research stuff. I try to get free trials and do a few lessons before I really fully commit to a curriculum. I buy it used, or at least a part of it, so I can really see it. I feel like flip-throughs online or videos really only show you so much. I'm the type of person, like, I need to see it. I need to do it in our homeschool and see how it works. And so besides me telling you what I didn't like, I hope from this video what you got is there's so much curriculum, and you're gonna watch all these different moms, and you're gonna watch our curriculum pick videos, and we all choose different things. We all like different things. We all dislike different things, and that's just why homeschool's so great, because we get to choose what works best. So while you're figuring that out, first of all, just calm down. There's always going to be something brand new, and this is more for myself too. Any of you that talk to me, on Instagram or whatever, that I love curriculum and I love trying new things. But if something's not broke, you don't need to fix it. And adding more isn't always good. So do some trials, take it slow. That's my advice to you. Just because somebody says a curriculum's good, it might not work for you. Just because somebody says it's bad, it may work great for you. So that's my thoughts. Those are my 2 cents. Don't forget to check out Shauna and Daveen's channels. They're linked down below. And the entire playlist. I can't wait to watch all of these videos, because I know I'm going to see curriculum that I love, and I'd be like, why don't you like it? And again, I think that's the funny part of this collab. Or maybe if you've been thinking about a curriculum and one of these great moms talks about why it doesn't work, hopefully that can help you make that decision. So thanks so much, guys. Have a wonderful day. And if you have not already, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, because I have lots of new videos coming out, because we are a few weeks into our school year, and so I'll be sharing a lot more about our school year. Bye, guys.